In recent weeks, there has been a growing perception that Donald Trump is likely to win the presidential election in November.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Many believe that the failed assassination attempt against him and his response to it has boosted his political standing, his popularity, and has gained him public sympathy.
I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here. I stand before you in this arena only by the grace of Almighty God. I raised my right arm, looked at the thousands and thousands of people that were breathlessly waiting, and started shouting, "Fight, fight, fight."
While much of the international media has been preoccupied with Trump's controversial foreign policy, including his apparent intention to abandon NATO, Ukraine, and Taiwan, his economic agenda has received less attention. However, if implemented, Trump's economic policies could have significant and far-reaching negative consequences for the global economy. In this video, we're going to explore Trump's unconventional economic policies and their potential impacts on the world. Trump's approach to trade has been characterized by protectionism and the use of tariffs as a weapon. If re-elected, he may continue to escalate trade wars with major economic powers like China, the European Union, and Canada. These trade wars could lead to higher prices for American consumers, job losses in industries that rely on global supply chains, and a general slowdown in economic growth. The stock market, which has already experienced significant volatility during Trump's first term, could crash as investors lose confidence in the stability of the global economic system. The trade war during Trump's first term significantly damaged US soybean and corn yields, with crops rotting in export warehouses as China, the largest buyer of US agricultural products, imposed retaliatory tariffs. This crisis led to widespread protests by US farmers, prompting Trump to authorize over $50 billion in subsidies to offset lost sales, lower prices, and crop damage. These payments were among the largest federal subsidies ever provided to American farmers, further increasing US debt. Some studies estimate the total economic loss from the trade war, including lost market opportunities, crop spoilage, reduced investment, and overall inefficiency, could exceed $100 billion. Trump has advocated for bringing manufacturing jobs back to the United States, often using tariffs and other protectionist measures to achieve this goal.
Week interview where the President Trump says he would look to impose tariffs of between 60 and 100% on China and would impose a 10% tariff on other countries.
If re-elected, he may double down on these policies, forcing companies to manufacture in America and punishing those that don't comply. This could lead to a less competitive American economy, as companies are forced to bear the higher costs of domestic production. It could also strain relationships with foreign governments and companies, further isolating the United States from the global economy. Trump has shown a willingness to withdraw from international agreements and treaties.
Oh, the trade deals. Oh, I get a headache thinking about who made these deals, one after another.
Such as the Paris Climate Accord.
The Paris Climate Accord that President Trump is abandoning. The president withdrew from the agreement where nearly 200 countries promised action to reduce emissions blamed for global warming.
The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord,
Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Agreement, Open Skies Treaty, and the Iran nuclear deal. If re-elected, he may continue this trend, walking away from other important agreements like the World Trade Organization or arms control treaties.
and I am officially announcing today that the United States will be revoking the effect of America's signature from this badly misguided treatment. We're taking our signature back.
This could lead to a world where international cooperation is increasingly difficult, as countries are forced to navigate a patchwork of conflicting policies and regulations. It could also undermine American credibility and influence on the world stage, as other nations question the reliability of the United States as a partner. Donald Trump and his administration have advocated for a weaker US dollar and lower interest rates as part of their economic strategy. Trump believes that reducing taxes will stimulate economic growth and has proposed extending the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which reduced the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21% during his administration. Trump and his advisors argue that a strong dollar harms American competitiveness and contributes to deindustrialization. They suggest devaluing the dollar. Although the specific methods remain unclear, potential strategies include negotiating with major trading partners, significantly lowering interest rates, lowering taxes, increasing tariffs, and printing trillions of new dollars.
Simply flooded the system with money.
Yes, we did. That's another way to think about it.
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
We print it digitally. So we, as a central bank, we have the ability to create money.
While these unconventional ideas may seem implausible, they highlight Trump's willingness to consider radical economic approaches. During his first term, the Trump administration reduced interest rates to near zero, which crippled the US economy. This policy eventually led to a spike in CPI inflation to 9.1%, the highest since 1981. The weaker dollar contributed to an increase in national debt. The US dollar index plummeted to 89.165, its lowest point in almost 5 years, reflecting economic instability. As a result, investors fled the dollar, seeking refuge in other safe havens such as gold, euro, Japanese yen, and the Swiss franc. As a result of this madness, a record amount of $8.4 trillion were added to the US national debt during Trump's administration.
Donald Trump, who accumulated more debt than any president in U.S. history,
reaching an all-time high of $28 trillion. That is the largest debt ever added by a president in American history. To fight this unprecedented economic disaster, the Trump administration unbelievingly created another unprecedented disaster by printing a staggering amount of $5 trillion in 2020 alone, the most by any president in American history, which eventually led to 40 years high inflation. This madness eventually contributed to 3 government shutdowns. During a shutdown, the federal government temporarily ceases operations due to a lack of funds, with non-essential workers furloughed and essential services operating with delays. Trump's economic approach, including his delusional belief that printing more money could resolve national debt, was encapsulated in his remarks when he famously said, "Just run the presses and print more dollars, and we will start paying off that debt like it's water." These statements illustrate his openness to unconventional economic strategies. While this is a hypothetical scenario, it's important to consider the potential consequences of Trump's re-election. His policies could lead to a more isolated, economically weakened, and diplomatically compromised America. Hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for making it this far. If you liked the video, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe. It really means a lot to us, and if there's anything you didn't like about the video, go ahead and give it a dislike and write your thoughts in the comment section down below so we could use your remarks to improve our upcoming videos. See you in the next video.